guys, it's Viber Gaming, where our motto is good gaming gone bad. And welcome back to Arcade Spheres. Now, when we last left off, we just finished up day 1, which was getting loading in your quarters, and now we're moving on to day 2. And on day 1, I did really well with Teo, with my sweet boy. So we're going to continue. Return. Let's do this. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Let's get our quarters in. Arcade Spheres, written by Stefan Guggen and Schumann. Copyright 2019. Alright. Level 2. Chasing Ghosts. I'm excited for this one. Chasing Ghosts. Alright, let's see how emotional I get in this one, because I'm not ready for the emotion. Okay. It is the future year 20XX. And you know what? Things are pretty okay. I worked as a floor attendant at the funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work, to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least. I've helped Naomi repair pinball games. I've had tea with Francine while she reminisced about the far outs of 1960X. I've evacuated gamers when the kitchen accidentally caught on fire. I've had numerous kids puking up nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off any number of surfaces. I've chased what turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single skee-ball machine. Okay, look. I know I'm not painting this as a very rosy picture so far, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy even amidst the chaos and the grossness. I'm happy, and that's all that matters. Right? Right, you're happy. This is the best I've seen you in ages, Albert. Before you come home all drained and exhausted. Now, well, you're still tired, but a good tired. My roommate Juniper, she'd taken to stopping by during her lunch break, whenever she could get away from her office cubicle long enough to do so. It's still hard work, don't get me wrong. But overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good and stuff.
Yes!
Good. Juniper, do not use that word. Yas is not a good word. I agree. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening in on my conversations. What did I tell you about that? Did you pretend I wasn't eavesdropping even when I am? Exactly. You know, I'd be more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital overmistress, but I have to admit that Iris really pulled through for me. Even though she's also ordered 3-month supply of pizza bagels on my behalf.
When you have pizza on a bagel...
But Albert, when you have pizza on a bagel... So, Juniper, how long do you have left on your break? Any time to squeeze in some pinball or something? I can spot you tokens. No, can do. Our new assistant synergy manager arranged a team building exercise. I have to. Like, move colored bits of paper around or something, and then exchange high fives? Assistant synergy manager? That sounds like a very vague job. Nah, it's actually entry level. Good pay and right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy, if a bit dull. Funny thing is that they asked me if I knew anybody who'd fit in before they start advertising for candidates, and I said nope. Who'd want to do that? When was that exactly? Oh, 2 weeks ago? So, 2 weeks ago, right when I needed to find work, you told them you didn't know any candidates for a well-paying entry-level job.
Oh, well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
I don't think I would. Juniper, please tell me you told them no because I'd already taken this job by that point, not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night.
Ooh.
I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Correct. Not a lie, I was happy here, indeed. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch after having pizza bagels for breakfast because you barely have enough money to cover the rent this week, pooled together. Also not a lie, Gavin consistently hiding the numbers from us, insisting things were fine, all while dryly joking about perpetually being on the edge of crash and burn. Also not a lie, that every time someone in my family tried to chase after happiness instead of stability, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery.
Ooh.
Albert, Say something. You're scaring me. When I lost my lifeguard job, I barely reacted. Didn't care that I was improvised again and faced an uncertain future. I guess one of those nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb to the reality of your situation. But I shouldn't feel upset. I've been generally enjoying my new job. It's restored my sense of hope that my days can be something to live through, not just endure. I have no right to be angry or upset at losing an opportunity at a safer, more stable future. Right? It's okay. I'm where I want to be. It's okay, everything is fine. Lie to protect Juniper. It's not okay. Why didn't you tell me? Honest truth. So, I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided I was done compromising, right? Done with settling. Going with the flow. I'm going to be one of the break the family's curse. I chose this path of my own free will. Even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But if I'm going to be honest, boundless confidence doesn't come from the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. If the arcade closes, if anything goes wrong, still, no need to dump all that on Juniper. It's okay, Juniper. You were right. I have hated that job. All things are great here.
Oh, good. You were kind of freaking me out. Trust me, it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do. I mean, sure, the pay is good, and you get solid health insurance, and paid vacation time, and they have a sweet coffee shop right in the lobby. And these really great chairs that support your lower back, like $1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
You're making your job sound more awesome every time you talk. Juniper, I said it's fine. Everything is fine. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that the job would have been a safer bet. I want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent, you know? But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back.
Right. Forget I said anything. Please forget I said anything.
I will.
I'm sorry. I should have told you. I shouldn't have held that back. But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Juniper, it's cool. You're right. I'd have hated it. Okay. Good. I got a good feeling about all this. I think you're right where you need to be. Even if it was kind of dumb about you getting you here. Hey, I gotta get back to the office. Have a good lunch, okay? I can feel the distant rumble of frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee break room. Yeah, okay. And you have a good rest of the hours of your day, yeah? You bet. I'm okay with this. Everything is fine. Right? Right. What I need right now is a distraction, and frozen pizza bagels are the most certainly not it. My pocket money is really slim, but I think I need to step out of some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. And hey, maybe some company too. Nice and distracting, taking to someone about anything other than this. Let's see who's available. Teo! I need to talk to my Teo boy! As he finishes the last beat of the song, I say, Teo, spin and jump off the Showtime stage platform. He doesn't even look back to see that he absolutely nailed it. It looks like most of the crew isn't around today, which is strange. I wonder if they all went out to lunch together. Speaking of which, floor attendant Albert needs food badly. Maybe Teo will be interested in lunching with me. It's not every day I sketch him sans crew. Before I could even say anything, he locked eyes with me already and is jogging over my way. Albert, how goes? Floor attendant Albert is about to die. You doing alright? You sound hungry. Are you going to make it? Yeah. Actually, no. I may be doomed. I can't have you dying on me. Not like this. Let's go get some food into you. I'm taking you to the whole story. What, that bookstore next door? Do they have food too? Only the best pastries and coffee this side of the Mississippi. I can't believe you haven't gone yet. Sounds tasty, but I really should eat the pizza bagel bites I brought for lunch. Please, you eat those every day. Let me treat you something other than that. Figure it like a friend date. I shake my head, tear relentless as always. Fine, you win. Let's go. Despite coming to this little strip mall for 2 weeks, I hadn't actually visited our neighbors. Mostly I did whatever needed doing, took orders from Gavin, lent a hand to Ashley and Naomi, things like that. where the job happened to call for. No more, no less. I couldn't say I'd been part of a community outside the immediate circle of my coworkers, whereas the others visited Whole Story frequently. Teal leads the way into a shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness. The music's always so good. I don't think I'd been in a little independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all. For the matter of fact, it's 20XX. Who buys books in a brick and mortar stores anymore? Me? I like to buy physical copies of books still. But despite the subsequent atmosphere, compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for, sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Teo secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck is up? What the heck is up with that menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System. I feel whimsical today. I have the matte grown-up, pink icing, colorful sprinkles, and ring it up on my tab. I mumble out a thanks, trying not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight, and the Bouquet Cafe's pastries won't help my situation much. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Hey, I'd like, one super sweet glazed chocolate sprinkle special surprise with orange juice. I'll have a Shield Silverstein.
One chocolate with sprinkles and juice. Coming up.
Oh, the second fellow puts together my order and also drops a small book of extremely silly poetry on the tray with it. Huh? A literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Aw.
Say, you work at the funplex, don't you?
I do.
Right. We've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
These guys are cool. Right, sorry, I should have introduced myself. Floor Attendant Albert McFealty at your service. I'm your inside guy for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Ben and Matt.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story.
Oh, I love these two.
I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
Oh, I gotta refrain myself from hugging them both.
No relation to the actors.
Although they're cuties, and so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
Oh, they're probably married. Apparently, the sugar is available in forms other than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date.
Just friends, then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Maybe the real date was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my God.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
Jesus Christ.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
Okay, now you're just being silly.
And how?
Oh my God.
Anyway, next order, please.
Oh my God, that was priceless. The pair waves the next customer in as I take it to Teo's table with our orders on a nicely decorated wooden tray. Nice choice there. That's my second favorite. Gotta admit, it looks delicious. So, no regulars from your crew here today? Today is our monthly break day. I mean, folks come and go as schedules permit. Can't expect them to dance 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, but this is different. I make sure that every month that we all take a full day break from each other to clear our heads, not dance, and just recharge. No arcades, no games, no smooth moves, just a moment to reflect and enjoy the good things in life. Well, that's actually a great idea. Too much of the same old stuff really dulls the mind and keeps attendance of all the others' events. Less chance of burnout that way. But you still showed up today to dance. Teo looks away for a moment, guilty as charged. Why? When is your break? Teo waves his hand away, scoffing at the very idea of it. Simply put it, I don't require a break. Seriously? Everyone needs a break sometimes. That's an early way to a grave. Yeah, everyone needs a break sometimes. That's the road to the road to hell is paved with great intentions, Teo. Everyone, including you, deserves a break every once in a while. Believe me, I'd love to take a break. But I can't. Truly.
Oh, break day doesn't apply to me. I need to continue to work hard. You know, I built up this community from when it was nothing. I remember when it was just me and a few other players. And now look at it. We're not just a local crew. We're one of the biggest dancing game groups in the nation.
But still.
We got it all. A social media feed, satellite groups, online vids to tutor the hopeful
Jesus
newcomers.
Christ.
You're only seeing the tip of this crazy iceberg. All of that depends on me. I gotta hustle. I can't let them down. I won't let them down. If this all fell apart, it would crush them. So if I stop, even for just a moment, I mean, who will be there to take over?
Now what? Your friends, Teo. Me. Ashley. Naomi. And yes, even Gavin. Huh? You take over my dance crew? No. I mean, look. We want to support you. You're part of the funplex. You're not alone. For the first time, Teo, who always has a wisecrack or smooth saying, is silenced by my words. Please, never forget that. He lets a smile gently turn his lips. I know it's hard to trust others sometimes. Just recently I had to deal with some trust issues, really recently, like this morning recently. And it's not fun, I get that, but you do so much for others. It's okay to let them do things for you too.
You know, you're a true friend.
Don't put me in the friend zone!
Here I was supposed to take you out and hear about your life, and instead we just talked about me the whole time. Man, I am the worst.
You are not! Oh yeah, not as bad as I am. Oh yeah, absolutely the worst. That's not true, you know it. Teo knows that, just not the truth. He gives so much to his friends. Teo, you would do anything for your crew. Said it yourself even. To me, that makes you good of a friend as anyone could ask for. Teo chuckles as he goes back to his normal self. I mean it. You really are a great friend, and I'm really impressed with your passion just now. Not many floor attendants would have do that for their customers, but that's the funplex for you, isn't it? I'm more than a neatly stacked pile of quarters in your eyes. We all are. Until Gavin tells me to stop fraternizing with a neatly stacked pile of quarters, I'm good with treating you all like human beings. Albert, you inspire me. Confused, I glance around looking for who Teo seems to be talking about. I've never been described as inspirational. Who? Me? Yes, you. You can use that heart you have in all aspects of your life. It at least make my world a bit brighter. Beep, beep. Lunchtime is over. Looks like it's time to get back to that stage. And back to work. Are you sure you would rather dance with me? You still haven't tried out the Showtime stage yet. Rain check, Teo. Rain check. You can't use that excuse forever, my friend. Check with me again next time. It's raining. That's the opposite of what a rain check means. Before we go, can I ask you something? Shoot. You're a really hard worker and all, but don't you get bored running through the same routine day in, day out? Even I switch up the playlist now and then. What do you mean? Well, I mean, are you happy with what you're doing? Is there anything you could add to your life, your job, that would make it meaningful? Like for me, when I started dancing, I made a promise to myself. If I was ever in the position to build a community around Showtime stage, I'd give it everything to make that dream happen. Sounds ambitious. You know it. I've got ambitions oozing out of every orifice of my body. TMI! So, what do you strive for? What do you want to accomplish? Or is this it? Sorry, that got a little too deep, didn't it? Anyway, just something to think about. We should get back before we're missed. Okay. I quickly gather up my things and head back to the funplex. Time for your afternoon shift. That usually when things heat up. After the quiet morning, more kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with the crew. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of, when I'm intercepted en route. Albert, Ashley, you're both back. Good, I was hoping to catch up with you before we left. Ooh, what's up? Hems is up.
Okay.
Hey, huh? He is? Huh? Okay. Ashley, I'm bringing the van around shortly. Albert, you'll be flying solo today. Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza's a game fighter, an auctioneer, and gives next to no notice when a new block of games will be going under the gavel. So we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I'll be doing his auction for the rest of the afternoon while you run the funplex. My first instinct is to nod and go along with this. Gavin's law round these parts. But Teo's words are still dangling away in my mind. Doing what needs to be done is great now, but maybe I need to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hour with no support was hardly appealing. Hey, what gives? I wanted on this too. Let me tag along. You're trusting the entire. You're trusting the funplex too, newbie. I might burn it down. How about an actually an ice swap place and I come with you? Yeah. Me seriously, did we learn nothing from the Great Kitchen Fire incident of 20XX that Albert executed an aura of perpetual bad luck? That cruddy old microwave exploding had nothing to do with your pizza rolls. Pizza bagels! Whatever. Hey, hang on. I get saying this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant. I feel as such a third wheel to this auction anyway. Let Albert be the third wheel and let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met. Trust me. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things. Show some incentive, like... I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Albert instead, but no costume to time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out one way or another. I need to get the van. Wait out front, please. We'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away! Leaving me waiting outside with my 2 traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and a rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting. I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one, shall we? Fourth pilot and off to the highway. Gavin consulting a driving map on his phone leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save us time in the long run. Where's Hamza set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement.
Woohoo!
So exciting! I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up for renditor answers. A raid is where a bunch of collectors get together, rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells up their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. So which one is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys a private collection before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from the terrible fate and then auctions off his finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay. So Hamza obviously auctioned off the games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade off a vintage burger time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe, passed down through generations of family. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and we cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with the impromptu auctions and makes us come down there to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to a good home, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored. We get an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big he's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping on Hamza's good side. Huh? Helping out the little guys sounds good here. Gavin's right, this could be a lot. I'm guessing Hamza's the sort of person who would let kids have the game out of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people, am I right? Correctamundo. Hamza's a great guy, is he here to predict? Sure, but he's got a big heart, and that means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yeah, because that's how we pay the bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that practically is steal, thanks to his personal modus operandi, but let's not push this too far here. We need to temper our expectations a little.
I think not.
We don't have the room to add many more games, especially in wheelbacks like Hazma usually deals in. What about an offsite store unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. nearly full to bursting and not cheap for us to rent out monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill should we find an excellent deal, beat out other bidders. But considering about anything else, a way to maintain relations with having, even if we don't end up bidding. Aww.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite. And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game.
Very true.
Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
She's not wrong. Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are.
Francine's like the old wise guru that is like wise and majestical. She just kind of pops out anywhere she does, like, boom! Mystical, whimsical power phrasing to make you feel happy. Francine, away! She's just like that.
You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Aw. Unless you don't make rent on your apartment or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up to myself and my happiness. And I've done just that without regret, so everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion, the weather. Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? God damn it! Oh, come on! Wonderful! Glad I played plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. That's our Gavin. Always thinking ahead. Trying to impact your investments, huh? From Hamza's invitation, it seems that this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the alignment of gamers that already suffered. It's so sad when you come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't. Don't care. You find old games in barns exposed to elements and falling apart. I suppose it's one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean? A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to life follow. A waste of true potential. Huh. Good point. Glad to see these two are getting along, even if Naomi keeps permanently attacking them along the way there. With the rain coming down the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everyone's fiddling with their phones, knitting, or driving, leaving me to wonder exactly where is this auction or raid happening anyway. We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out in the sticks? Maybe it's some closed down roller rink or an old bowling alley, or maybe a creepy old house that's like haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. Ah, the classic McFealty look and play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulled up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy, definitely creepy. At least it's an 8 on the creepy meter. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? With all spread, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. Oh, god damn it. I love the dust. A large group have already gathered in the foyer of crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur, as the others pay little mind.
Greetings, friends.
Jesus! Hello?
Hamza welcomes our friends from the funplex. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Gavin, stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine,
Hey!
a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
Hi, Hazma! Oh, fresh.
And
Hi.
a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Albert! Albert McFeely.
I see. Greetings to you and yours. I am known as Hamza,
Hamza.
seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games.
Aw.
And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
I like the voice acting is spot on. Kind of dumb, isn't it? Seeker Antiquities, 1986 antiques. Thank you for. I was unaware Reagan-era amusement machines were antiques on par with Turin Shroud. I got a chuckle. You're fire indeed, but rest assured, many a holy grail may lurk in the arcade below. You may even find your own relic of holy nature by eve's end. Alas, I may not be a moment to enjoy your fine company, Albert McFeely. Perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza relays the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, longtime allies of noble art of the arcade, welcome, welcome to Donnerwood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago, when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a statutory pleasure dumb decree. Here, the reluctant idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Wait, oh, they're joking on Dollywood. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times, ever since in this year's it shall be torn down to make way for condominiums. But not before we have our say.
Friends, those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so. I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot.
Ooh.
Now, Hamza parcels them out to you.
Okay.
By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you.
I'm learning.
On the far table, you shall find refreshments, grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
Okay. Indeed, a lavish arranged table that proudly costs more than any single arcade game to be put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid or an arcade auction or whatever. Donna Michaels, I knew it! I should have recognized Donna when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical act of 1980X. Naomi, I was born in 1990X. I'm totally plugging my phone in the van stereo so you can blast Girls Just Wanna Play Games all the way home. Girls just wanna play games. Oh, I get it. But first, I'm gonna go check on the cabinets in her arcade. I'm not really into mingling. Later. She dashed off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below. I suppose we should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Heading for the food stuff, Gavin arranges himself a plate so he can get accused of hanging around and eavesdropping on other collectors. Leaving me to, do stuff. Now I see why Ashley was bored of these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi and finding Francine's already napping in the chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows about what they're doing and stick to them like glue. I'm gonna go browse games with Naomi. I'm not really interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones. Going on up here. Gavin can handle these guys. Me, I want to see these legendary arcade Hamza was talking about, so I head downstairs to Joan and Naomi. Whoa. Is it a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something, but this is easily 3 times larger than the funplex itself, even coated in dust and despair. It's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing and available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually I locate Naomi, practically cuddling narrow-looking TNT machine. Oh, Albert, look, a 2-player variant of TMT. These only released in Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4-player? Why would it even want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because, I mean it's a rare find. I mean it's rare. It's a find. And it's less fun. Not the point. Anyway, it's hard to find one of these, 2 players or 4-player. I'd love to have it for the arcade. I'd love to have that, and this one, and ooh, if only I could take all these home with me. I'd mean some of the water damage others likely have. Busted CRTs and controls, they all need work, but I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed just to make it playable. So, not only would you have to bid and win the game, but you have the hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you. I know, isn't it great? Okay, so there's a nice way to say this. I know you love... Do you actually have the money for the project? How many restorations are you in backlog right now? I know you love restoring these games, but you really love bringing a broken old game back to working order, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely, these games deserve to shine that they once did ages ago. If I can turn back the clock and let them be what they can truly be, let people play them as they were in their prime, well, there's no greater feeling. And you enjoy challenging a restoration too, repairing hardware, replacing damaged art, the problem solving of broken monitors. You know me so well, Albert. Exactly. And all this admirable. I really love how happy these projects make you, Naomi. But there's a flip side. How much time does it take to restore a game? I'd say if it's in good shape, maybe a few hours. If it's really a wreck and need extra love, a few days, maybe weeks, if parts are on back order. Okay, now think of the game we currently have, and how many still need work or break down frequently. Can you take a bunch of new projects? Well, I could make the time work late, right? Even a girl with bottomless energy has her limits. Then besides, frustrating building.
It's not fair.
I know.
I know. I mean, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on. But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more. The funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love.
Aww.
But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try.
Don't make me sad!
This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job, too.
Oh,
that I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games.
I'm not crying!
Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that.
No, they don't.
Except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's
You are.
what I'm doing. It's all I ever wanted to do. So, when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
You could. Wow, that's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to an arcade job. I mean, I've mentored from job to job, never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted, what I needed, and now, well, now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The funplex will close.
And if the funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Right! It's a slim hope, we both know it, but Naomi clings to it eagerly. My low bank balance and grumbling stomach means I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice, now I need to make that choice work. We just need to find the right game, something nobody's played in a long time, something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in the year 20XX. A lot of these games are all life support borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them. They're in short supply and nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody. It's all high definition, that dumb 3D projection tech, which looks awful. Nobody appreciates the good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper, though? I've seen some old games running them in other arcades. They're wrong in what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The pictures look weird on LCD. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy myself on a lot of stuff. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm silicone literate. I've got options. Let's use LSDs. No. Let's use LCDs and just bash people over the head and make them fuzzy. How about we buy some cheap and common games and gut them for spare CRTs? Ooh. Can't we simulate the fuzzy image and still use LSDs? LCDs? Hang on. Can't we fake it using a high definition screen? Just make the picture fuzzy, add fake scan lines, bend it a little so it looks like a curved tube done?
Ugh.
Ugh, that sounds awful. I mean, that's serving someone non-fat frozen yogurt and claiming it's a delicious sundae. I like froyo. I guess we could do that, but we need an extra computing unit to process the image. Maybe a Raspberry Pi or something. I have some ideas. But if we don't have money for new games, we certainly don't have money for R&D. It'll have to wait.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you're with us at the Funplex. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to toiling away in my little workshop, with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. They're kind enough to me and friendly, well, Ashley is. But ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. I'm not complaining, though. I guess it just takes some getting used to after years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Anyway, from strangers, crowds, I don't mean it's not really my thing. I don't like networking like Gavin does, or socializing like Ashley. And now I'm making things weird. So I'm gonna stop there. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I? Suddenly shouting and stomping of feet on the floor above. What the? Sounds like there's a fire or something going up there. I think we better go see what's what. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hamza has ejected a representative of the Dark Carnival known as Deckless Palace from our midst, and not soon enough, in Hamza's opinion. Oh, okay. I guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, I'm going to go get my work appointment on, since I'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get this settled before the auction begins. No! Don't leave me alone with the politely orgy master! Excellent. Now, let us resume our social amusement. And Gerardi's Albert McFeely. We will speak, yes. Hamza leads me off away from the chatting crowd, presumably not to eat me, or yell at me, or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Dekonami to enter.
Dekonami?
Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
Okay. I'm just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Not much to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. Consider me an impartial third party. Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Very true. Okay, this guy is clearly on fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the High Court of K royalty I'm supping with, maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for Funplex if this guy is really a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. I'm secretly... Honestly, I've had a long run of bad luck. I won't bore you with the whole story, but the TLDR is my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job. After I left home, I couldn't find a stable work, not into the funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit, I'm in a vulnerable position. I'm not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Ah, yes. I see the dilemma you face. I've seen it many times, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have. In the course of events, you are not alone in this condition, Albert McFeely.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me.
Oh.
And in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals.
I honestly like the voice acting because it gives my voice, my throat some time to cool down.
Now I stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin.
Oh.
But yes, I have known hardship.
We have, yeah.
We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Thank you. Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No. You will need the will to dream and the will to work.
Okay.
The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
Ooh, hello. Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty. That is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs, though. Not to settle. My parents, they gave up on so much just to barely scrap by. Ah, that is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza make a sweeping gesture to a beautiful ruin of Donnawood Mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she would ever desire and indulge in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was that she failed to maintain the work that brought her here. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years she lurked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game. Oh dear. I'd say that's ridiculous, but There we go. I'd say that's ridiculous, but having seen Percy play for hours and hours at the time. And now, her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed, and obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality, but I feel there's an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you. So yeah, sorry if my camera kind of freezes up. Was Donna's life spirit she satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted for nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died not getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Albert, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the world in the other at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Albert? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh. What else am I going to answer except yes? But Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me. Hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza clapped his hand twice, calling the room to attention.
Greetings, friends.
Friends, let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, and we all must be out the door by the morning. As always, I accept alternative bids, but test not the patience of Hamza. If your bids are not serious offers, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go into my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, ones which will love and respect these games. He motioned for me to particular follow, as the group follows downstairs. Alright, this way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hamza's assistants loads up a photo of a slideshow the games offer, and the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decision on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate her to interrupt her nap or her knitting. Or both. I swear she knits in her sleep. Ooh, I'm just nervous. I think I'm gonna go browse the games again, see if there are any I missed. It's so dark down here. I swear I didn't see them all. How about you, Upper? Want to watch the auction with me or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. You're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door. Do whatever you like. Thanks, I think. Yeah, no. Nah, Naomi could use a hand. I'll go after her. It's hard to see your way now. The sun's gone down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by the clouds all afternoon. Still, a factual statement. As you like, try to dissuade her from dropping more items into the wish list if you can. Right, now to find Naomi. Without a roaming crowd of arcade collectors actively roaming, this place actually feels super empty. It's super dark and super creepy. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. And she's staring in a darkened corner! Oh no. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? I'm about to get spooked. I'm about to get spooked so hard. Oh, Albert.
Look!
Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, Naomi just points to the exposed back of the arcade game, an old one having rotted away years ago. And inside, nestled beneath the circuits and monitors and tubes, is a sleeping mother cat with several sleepy kittens. I feel burning need to post a picture of this on the internet.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Well, okay, as long as someone did.
The cabinets back here have a lot of water damage and wood rot. I guess this kitty and her family took shelter some time ago. But someone's gonna buy this game soon, and then they won't have a home anymore.
I didn't think you'd be a cat person. Or a people person, for that matter. I mean, you strike me more as a game person, as in you give your game cute names and preen them and have your way too many of them in one apartment that is healthy.
Hey, I'm not that game obsessed. Well, okay, maybe I am. But as much as I'd also love to save the game these cats call home, the cats are more important than any silly arcade game.
Okay? It's true, despite claiming to be antsy around strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, even giving me her lunch at the first day I got here. As much as folks in the arcade consider her to be a bit game obsessed, they're clearly more to Naomi than being one-note otaku.
We've got to do something for the kitties. So what should we do?
Buy the game, maybe. Then you could save both of them.
Tempting, but I'm already pushing my luck with my wish list. I can't add a game we don't need just to save these cats.
Well, take them. You should adopt them. They need a home. Do you have room in your home for some new friends? I think they could use friend, and you're good at having furry or otherwise. Kittens! Well, okay, I can't adopt all of them, but maybe Mama Cat wouldn't mind parting with one kitten. A shelter can take the others away. But where would we take them? What shelter? And how do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. What do we do? What do we do? Naomi, we have the internet. Oh, right. Thanks to the wonders of information from Hybe, I know we got the instructions we need in seconds. Didn't even need an Iris backing her up. Thanks for speedy tapping. Right, okay, we need to... 1, a cardboard box large enough to fit them all. Not a problem, there's plenty of boxes around here left behind by movers and liquidators. 2, avoid being scattered up. Heavy gloves. No problem, I brought a pair from the funplex, always expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. 3, some food for the trip. They'd have turkey up the buffet table, right, that's basically breast meat. Should work. Water too. Lastly, we need bedding of some sort to line the box, a blanket or something. I wouldn't trust the, curtains or anything in this crappy old house. It could have bugs or worse. I might know where we can get a blanket upstairs. Right, pass me the glove, your glove. I'll get the box, you go grab the food and blanket.
Woohoo!
It's Operation Kitty Rescue Go! Right, it's up to me now. For the sake of a bunch of absolute adorable little fuzz muffins, I've accomplished my sacred goal. Gavin and the auction can wait. It's go time. Scooping up the roast bird and water, that easy part. Plenty of picking left over, even after ravenous arcade owners descended upon the buffet. As for the blanket, well, we conveniently have to access one of those. Lying in Francine's lap, her knitting now complete as she snoozes away. I'm really the person she wouldn't mind me appropriating this for the sake of some cuddly little kittens, right? make way. Okay, I can't just steal that blanket. She's been knitting for days. I hate to interrupt the rest, but this is for the best. I nudge her very lightly. Miss Francine?
Hello, dearie.
Oh, Albert, pardon. I must have dozed off, and everybody's gone. Is the action all over? Why, it's only been minutes. Yeah, it's been hours. Sorry.
My, oh my.
My, how the time flies. Listen, Naomi, I found some kittens. We need to move somewhere safer, but we need a blanket. Would you mind if
By all means.
Oh, by all means, go right ahead. It's just, you've been working on so long, I figured, it's only a blanket. If it can save a life, no matter how small a life, they're well worth the price of a new ball of yarn. She folds up the small blanket to make it fluffy and warm and double-layered, perfect for lighting up the inside of the box. Now, if you don't mind, I just need the rest of my eyes for a moment. Well, okay then. Food check, water check, blanket check. Now to assemble those components together into the giant kitty saving you. I return to my busy fretting over kittens while tugging on the work gloves. Not long now, cuties. Not long before we find you a new home. Albert's Kitten Rescue Service. At your service. Oh, say, that's a pretty nice blanket you found. Wait, isn't that Miss Francine's blanket? It's cool. She volunteered it for the cause. Ah, okay then. Actually, moving the cats is trickier than I thought I'd be. The gloves protect Naomi from scratches, but coaxing them out means tempting them with food and water and being very patient. But soon enough, ta-da! Oh my god, it's adorable! Oh my god, that is adorable. I want to die. That's right, did you hear that, kids? You're so adorable, Albert wants to die. Weird. I bet you'd be surprised to hear this, but I collect stuffed animals, plushies, fluffy little cute things, stuff like that. Not all my toys have plastic buttons and vinyl T molding along the edges and run-on corners. I'm not surprised. You like cute stuff. Yeah, before I found arcade games, I had quite a collection of dolls and plushies and stuff. My relatives would keep showing me with random toys when I was a kid. Like visit an auntie, get a doll. Visit my grandfather, get a stuffed kitty. Eventually my closet was particularly bursting with stuff. Mom made me give away a bunch of it to charity to clear out some of the storage space. I didn't mind, since then I could make other kids happy, but I decided to keep getting dolls anyway, not even to play with, just to have even when I grow up. If I spotted something that matched my aesthetic, it became mine. These days I wake up to see the collection with all these googly eyes, button eyes and stuff, and well, it brightens my day.
So beautiful.
But real kitties, and so many of them. These are going to brighten a lot of people's days. I definitely need to share more online photos of these little cuties. But for now, I better babysit them. Don't want any kittens wander off. Soon I must be getting tired as a box down for being time. Sorry, but that means I can't really help move our purchased games. You okay doing it with Gavin instead of me? No problem.
Thank you.
And hey, thanks. You stuck by my side all day, even when you didn't have to. Heck, you even here insisted of Ashley. You didn't have to do that either. Why did you want to hang out with me all day anyway? I guess I really want to spend time with you, Naomi. Honestly, I want to spend time with you. Oh, I really admire how much you love these games, and I just think you're pretty and so enthusiastic and positive, and it's really brightening my day and having fun around.
I guess it brightens my day to have you around too.
Ah! I'm dying of cuteness. But the auction's going to be winding up soon. It's ish. So you should take the kitties upstairs to wait with Francine and look after them. Would you mind finding Gavin, telling him where I am? Sure thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later. She scampers off to take the cats upstairs where it's warmer and brighter. Right, back to Gavin. Although finding my way through the maze of darkness is easier said than done. Well, no point waiting around, one foot in front of the other, and as I walk by again, the screen lights up. I freeze in my tracks as my hand actually brushes past a glowing joystick. It seems familiar, like something from a story I heard once. Oh, fuck no! Nope! Polybimus! So this game is actually themed as a horror game. Or it's like addictive. But you know what? I'm gonna save it here. Yes! I'm actually gonna leave this episode here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I tweet instruction and everything down below. I'll always leave a link down there. I'll always leave a link to the game down there as well. I'll leave a couple extra good things down there as well. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what I do, flick that bell icon, tap that subscribe button. And if you like what I do, smash that like button. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!